Union Wildcats taking on the number 4 Enosburg Hornets. And this is a fun matchup. You have Enosburg coming in as a completely rebuilt team from a group that won a championship 3 years ago.
Absolutely, and you look at the record of Enosburg, and as a 4 seed coming in with a record of 10-10 in the regular season, but that has to do with strength of schedule, TJ. And you can look at the one matchup, but do you really want to look at that one matchup Enosburg and Hazen had? Hazen winning by 14 points, but that was way back on December 13th, opening night of the season. So you can throw that one literally in the wastebasket. That doesn't matter right now.
And on the flip side for Hazen, no strangers here, but this is a completely different team. I was talking to Coach Hill earlier. This is his 21st year at the helm of Hazen. First year, 99, 2000, won a championship his first year with a senior heavy, 3 superstars. Everyone thought they were going to win it, and they did. This is not the case with this year's team. They graduated 10 seniors. They're playing multiple freshmen, and this team just scraps.
And the neat thing when you look at Division III, because we're very partial to Division III, TJ, let's just face it, is you've got a cast of characters from last year's Final Four. You've got Thetford, the defending champs, in the second game. You've got Peoples, who was here last year, in the second game. You got Hazen right here in this one as the 1 seed. No Williamstown this year for the first time in 9 straight years. So Enosburg, kind of the new kids on the block here. And the big thing with this Enosburg team, if you think they don't have confidence coming into this game, they indeed do. They are the ones that knocked off Williamstown in the quarterfinal game on their home court, 51-47, and that was an overtime thriller as well. So they've been battle tested. Their record shows it, their strength of schedule shows it, but there's a reason why we keep saying the Hazen Wildcats are always here every year. I know Aaron Hill has a condo somewhere in this building because he lives here all the time in the wintertime. So it's just, we love Division III ball. Need to see Enosburg back here in the Final Four. And again, the target on the back of Thetford, because they do come in as the defending champs, but first the number 1 seed up. And it's neat that we're looking at 1 seed, 4 seed, 6 seed, and 7th seed. And that 7th seed is the defending champs, Thetford.
Let's take a listen to our keys to the game straight from the coach's mouth from earlier this evening. Here with Aaron Hill, 20 years at the helm this season. You find yourself back here at the auditorium. That first year, you had a very senior-heavy team with a lot of expectations going in. This year has not been that. Huge turnover, some injuries early that affected the team, and yet you find yourself here.
Yeah, incredibly proud of the kids we have here. We have 1 player back from last year's team. So for us to be standing here tonight and had the season we've had is just such a testament to the young players and inexperienced players that we have that put in incredible time in the off season and have just done everything we've asked and more. They're a cohesive group and a group that we are very proud of.
Now, looking at today's game, what are the 2 keys to the game from Hazen's perspective?
For sure, it's pace of the game. Enosburg is going to want to pound it inside because we are not a big team, as most people know. They have some big, strong kids in there. I think they're going to want to slow it down, try to take advantage of us inside. And obviously, we like to get up and down and lots of possessions, and hopefully it'll be to our liking.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
Here with Coach Lovelet, Enosburg back here at the auditorium. This a different looking team than we saw, a few years ago.
Yeah,
built
sure.
A lot different.
Yep.
But it looks like you've got a great group of kids.
Yeah, it's been a couple years in the works after 2017 and all those seniors trying to build up, basically starting the program over, and for them now to come together and to get here, it's been awesome.
What are the 2 keys to the game from Enosburg's perspective?
Rebounding and taking care of the ball. I mean, we know we're going to see full court pressure from them the whole game. So if we can take care of the ball and control the boards, I think that's going to be the difference in the game.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
So there you have it. You have, ground and pound hopeful from
Absolutely.
Enosburg and pace and space for the Wildcats, and we'll see what wins. Let's take a look at the starters, Lori, first for the Enosburg Hornets.
Yes, for the 4th seed, coming in with a record of 12-10, starting in the front court, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Owen McKinstry. Starting in the backcourt, a 5'9 freshman, number 11, Devin Gleason. Starting in the backcourt, a 5'9 senior, number 12, Tommy Benoit. Starting in the front court, a 6'2 senior, number 14, Aiden Kelly. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Enosburg Hornets, a 6'3 senior, number 20, Ethan Williams. And your Enosburg Hornets are coached by Chad Lavalette.
And for the number 1 Hazen Union Wildcats, a 5'10 junior, number 5, Derek Sauls. A 6-foot junior, number 11, Ethan Shoplin. A 5'10 junior, number 12, Isaiah Baker. A 6'1 freshman, number 15, Tyler Rivard. And a 5'11 sophomore, number 21, Carter Hill. And when you look at the Wildcats, Lori, it's going to flow to Isaiah Baker, a runner in the running for Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
He eclipsed 1,000 points as a junior this year.
Wow.
And he is going to be looking to push the pace here today. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, opening tip is next. You are watching an NFHS presentation.
Bumbling baggage blunders.
To live
on and protect.
Getting ready for our opening tip. The Wildcats in their home whites, Enosburg in their visiting greens. One more time for the Wildcats, it'll be Sauls, Shoplin, Baker, Rivard, and Hill. For Enosburg, McKinstry, Gleason, Benoit, Kelly, and Williams.
And I see that Isaiah Baker dropped a cool 28 points and 8 rebounds in that quarterfinal game. It's another day at the shop for him.
And his younger brother, the freshman,
Jadon,
came off the bench, chipped in 16, I believe, in
exactly.
that quarterfinal
Yep, he certainly
game.
did.
First possession will go to Enosburg. Wildcats in the man-to-man defense. Goes left wing to Benoit. Looking for that quick post up to Williams. Little drop step off glass, no good. Good look there for Williams, just couldn't get it to drop. Baker the other way, dumps it inside. Rivard off glass, no good. Rebound Enosburg. And there you see that fast pace from the Wildcats. And Enosburg to theirs, looking for that post up, being patient, running some good screening on the post.
That nice pick and roll, Enosburg, and having the key is, Tom, they're having a lot of patience with it.
A 3 for Devin Gleason gets the scoring started here tonight. Baker, a little crossover step back, gets it rid of it to Hill. Out to Shoplin. Back to Baker. They give it to Sauls. Shoplin for 3. No good. Rebound Enosburg.
Nice job by the Hornets on the board, 1 and done. And you think that you're going to have the Barry Odd jitters, but the freshman with a 3 for the Hornets in Gleason.
Looking inside, taken away. Nice play by the freshman Rivard. Baker being hounded closely by McKinstry and thrown away.
Little airmail there.
This a very young Wildcats team. Coach Hill, talking to him before the game, said, we may lose this game, but it won't be because we're scared.
That's right.
He says this group is looking to get after it, and really not many nerves for their first trip here, as Baker knocks it away. Picked up, close to that 10 seconds, but McKinstry gets it over the timeline. Benoit looks inside, nice little steal drop step, and good for 2. Aiden Kelly with the bucket.
And a great job by Kelly by getting it high off the glass with the tissue paper off the backboard.
Carter Hill driving, kicks out. Hill, more of a post player for Hazen, along with Rivard, as Baker gets inside, draws a foul.
You knew Baker was going to make something happen just to get the crowd a little calm, get his teammates composed a little bit more, but a good job by Enosburg. A lot of patience on the offensive end for the Hornets.
And I love how quickly their defense is moving right now.
Yes, exactly.
Baker hits the first. I would assume off a make, Hazen will look to press here.
Yep.
That's why they drop Rivard to the back here to be on the back end of that press as Baker hits the free throw.
Yep,
they set up the 1-2-1-1 full court trap.
Got to reverse it. There you go.
Good patience from Enosburg as Rivard can't quite get there for that cross-court pass. And Coach Lovelet mentioned. And a quick second foul going to go on McKinstry as Rivard, the freshman, his second steal of the opening quarter.
A nice active hands in the passing lane by the Wildcats, doing what they do in that half-court man.
Coach Lovelet mentioned they were very prepared for the full court pressure that's going to come from Hazen. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes here because McKinstry's been heading up that kind of press breaker here as he's going to have to take the quick seat. Hill drives, little drop step, hook shot, good for two. Back into that full court defense. Hesitation there. But Enosburg continues to just show patience, and they're doing a great job getting the ball over the timeline. Drive, and we get a blocking foul. Derek Saul steps in late.
Nice take by Tommy Benoit. Slipped the screen that time and just exploded to the hole. And Blair Archambault, who came in for McKinstry, is also drawing the assignment of having to guard Isaiah Baker. I don't know if they're going to switch up on those assignments, but Archambault had it the last time down the floor, and he literally was face guarding and no help defense at all. He's got his hands full with Isaiah Baker.
Free throw good, 7-4 Enosburg. Baker drives baseline, gets the rim off glass for two. Late help on the baseline drive.
Exactly it.
He gave that half turn, kind of back out to the perimeter. The defense shifts, and he comes right back.
And Archambault was chasing that time, looking at the back. Oh,
steal from Carter Hill, lays it off to Rivard, up for two. And a quick timeout here for Enosburg as the press comes through. And 4 quick points put the Wildcats back out in front. 8-7 the score. A 30-second timeout here for Enosburg and Coach Chad Lovelet. And so far, both coaches have been spot on from when we talked to them. Hazen really pushing the tempo, trying to get quick baskets and making that pressure. And while Enosburg prepared for the pressure, they've done a great job getting over the timeline. They've still, that's 2 turnovers against that press.
Yep, exactly. Good timeout by Coach Lovelet. Really calming down his troops. Very composed in the timeout. I was surprised they didn't have that middle flasher, but that time they did, TJ, and the pick by the Wildcats.
Trying to push it up is Gleason. Gleason backs off into man-to-man. Driving left side is Archambault. Gets it in the foul.
And Archambault really making his presence felt here as McKinstry had to head to the bench with the 2 fouls. A good job by the sophomore coming off the bench.
Not a good foul there for Baker, and he gets the stern look from Coach Hill, who just says no more. For Hazen, a very deep team, but really offensively can't afford to have Baker on the sideline more than necessary.
That's right, absolutely not.
Carter Hill, the drive, throws it up, no good.
Right on, tippy toe right on that white line there. Nice job by Archambault, but just got a little piece of the toe on the line.
Hazen will take it out underneath the basket, trailing 10-8. Derek Sauls heads to the bench. In is Nate Pinagrelli goes into Hill. Kicked out. Rivard for three. No good. Rebound Enosburg. Pinagrelli can really turn up that ball pressure. They look to lob it in. A good
pass.
steal there.
Wow.
Nice save. They keep it in play. Benoit gets it up top to Williams. Knocked loose out of bounds, and it will stay with Enosburg.
I got to give the freshman Devin Gleason a shout here. Just a freshman, odd for the first time, quarterbacking the team well. And Tom, we have seen some really good young point guards so far this week in freshman and sophomore classes.
Lincoln Mashad and Jadon Baker both in for the Wildcats. Two more freshmen as we get a whistle and a foul on the floor before the shot.
And that was a great take by the freshman Gleason. The crossover and the kiss off the glass.
Looking for the lob inside. Williams gets it. Good help on the backside from Hill. And that's going to be waved off. An offensive foul.
Right there, Ethan Williams did a great job of corralling it. But at that point, Tom, I would have loved to have seen him kick it back out and reestablish himself in the post. Got a big, strong body down on that low block.
Over the timeline. Pinagrelli skips across to Isaiah Baker. Looking to go to his left, and we get a whistle going against Archambault, much to the chagrin of Chad Lovelet, who might have a gripe there as it looked like the arm came up on Baker.
I was just going to say, that could have gone either way, and Coach pleading his case, and I don't blame him one bit.
Fourth team foul for Enosburg. Little curl cut there by Hill, gets knocked away, but Hazen keeps possession. Baker, step back three, well short, rebound tied up, and nope, we're gonna get a foul going against Jadon Baker. They're gonna say he got the arm going in for that jump ball. Tell ya, so far, Lori, a great job by Blair Archambault off the bench, a sophomore, get into the game earlier probably than expected, and go guard one of the best scorers in the state.
Exactly, and just watching his defensive stance, he is ready to play.
They got the trap, but Enosburg quickly breaks it. Williams sends it across. Baker gets there to cut off the drive, no good. Williams, the offensive rebound, goes up and puts it in for two. Going the other way, though, Hazen ahead of the pack, lays it up. And an offensive foul, going to go against Nate Pinagrelli.
And Enosburg got back nicely in transition D, impeded the pathway with the torso right in front, and what a great call, what a great take.
Quickly back in Tyler Rivard and Derek Sauls. Rivard almost lost the deep man. And that one too easy a break, but we get a carry.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Shea Hourigan was almost a little too surprised at how easily he broke that pressure. I don't think he was expecting to take off himself. 12-8 the score for Enosburg here.
Another fresh sophomore, into the game for the Hornets. Gavin Combs comes in, the 6'1" sophomore for the Hornets.
Now, when the Wildcats have struggled, they bogged down a bit offensively as Hill drives, has it stripped, and steps out of bounds. And you can see if Isaiah Baker's not getting it going, the offense is getting stagnant.
That's right, exactly, Tom. Perfectly said. And another tight rope on the line call.
The defense has been pretty good for the Wildcats, but the offense just isn't getting good looks so far. And for Enosburg, really, I think they've been really pushing that tempo a bit here, more than expected. Another offensive rebound and a putback, and that'll get a timeout here for the Wildcats. A 30-second timeout will take it. You're watching the Division III state semifinals here on the NFHS Network.
We not only have
Blasting business banter. Your top salesman is working from home while working to close a deal. But his Uncle Larry decided to stop by 2 weeks ago. This looks like a job for Smile Power. Good thing your employees have dental insurance backed nationally by over 65 years of motor defending experience.
Extremely.
Coming out of the timeout, Wildcats basketball. Tom Corbett, Lori Shepard here at the Barry Auditorium, Division III semifinals. Enosburg up on the number 1 seed, Hazen Wildcats. And they have done it on the defensive end so far and taken advantage of the size down low on the offensive side.
And another thing the Hornets are doing extremely well, they are all over the offensive glass. They are glass eaters on that offensive end, second shot opportunities.
Sauls on the outside, and Hazen not even getting near the basket right now as Baker gets inside and draws a foul.
And if that goes on Archambault, that will be his second. And he entered the game for McKinstry, who has 2 as well.
It is very hard to get a block from behind and have it look clean.
Exactly.
Even if it is
exactly.
clean, it never looks clean.
And Mr. Baker will step back to the line where he is 2 of 2 so far in the early going, 4 points on the night.
Yeah, he hits the first. He did a good job kind of on that take when he went up. He got the ball out in front of him, so it almost makes you kind of come over the back to try to get a piece of the shot.
And he created nicely. Nice little dribble, nice little take behind the back, allowed him to go into the key.
Another rebound for Ethan Williams, and the senior is absolutely dominating the glass on both ends of the floor. And the Wildcats still with the pressure. They get the steal, goes ahead to Baker, who lays it up and in for 2. And that time the Wildcats switch it up, went with the half-court trap after it got over. And you could tell Enosburg didn't see it coming, and Gleason turned it over. Rivard loses the back-end guy. Blocked, though, by Baker on the attempt from Combs. Baker pushes it up, gets by Williams, lays it up, no good. Offensive rebound for Sauls. Sauls gets a look off glass, no good. Rebound, Enosburg. I'd have to check, Lori, but I feel like most of Hazen's points in this game, all 11, have come off Enosburg turnovers.
The turnovers, exactly.
They have yet to score, I don't think, from a half-court possession. Gleason loses it, gets it back, dumps it inside, taken away. Baker pushes it up, gets bumped, turns it over. He wanted the foul. 3 on the way. Got it at the buzzer. Shea Hourigan. And after 1, the Enosburg Hornets lead the Hazen Wildcats 17-11. You're watching the Division III semifinals here on the NFHS Network.
We employ 44 plus people in Vermont.
People working here are proud of this product they're making. Our commercial lender at Community National has been incredibly supportive of our vision.
I trust the bank with the relationship that we
get on the offensive side going besides Isaiah Baker.
Absolutely, Tom. I couldn't agree with you more. And the turnover battle, Enosburg with 8.
Little step back won't go for Baker, and we'll get a whistle out of bounds.
And just like you said, TJ, Enosburg 8 turnovers, so that's how Hazen is creating, getting out in transition. But the thing that's really saving the Enosburg Hornets right now is the glass. Out rebounding 8-2 are the Hornets over the Wildcats in the first.
In the game for Hazen is Stephen Martin, the Craftsbury youngin. A fun fact, the youngest track champion in Thunder Road history. 3 on the way, got it. Shea Hourigan, his second three.
And that first one coming right at the horn to end the first. Somebody's got to close out on that young man.
Jadon Baker on the drive, goes up, forces
Tough
it again.
angle.
Out of bounds, will stay here with Hazen.
Really tough angle there for Baker, trying to make something out of nothing.
And looking down, though, he's starting to see a little bit of deer in the headlights from some of these younger players.
Yep,
From the
exactly.
Hazen Wildcats. Goes into Rivard, back to Baker. And we'll get a illegal screen on Jadon Baker. He's going to head to the sideline as Shoplin going to come back in. And a bit of a struggle for the freshman, Jadon Baker, in his early minutes. Couple turnovers. Goes in just a full court man here from the Wildcats. Getting it up over is McKinstry back in. He is playing with 2 fouls. Gets to Archambault. Williams. And they're going to call a foul on Tyler Rivard. Looked like that one might have been a little bit of a flop there.
Sometimes you got to sell it, and he just did.
And Archambault the line for 1 and 1. Already in the bonus here. No good on the free throw. Rebound secured by Hazen. Oh, not a great box out.
Oh, nice.
Up ahead, Saul's wide open, hesitates, but gets it to go for 2.
Nice job by Isaiah Baker, seeing the entire court. Nice cross-court pass.
So just full court man here. McKinstry over to Archambault. And a offensive foul on Archambault.
Yep. Rolling the dice with Archambault in there along with McKinstry.
And so far, I think both teams have to adjust the fact that this one's being called pretty tight so far.
And there goes a defensive presence to the bench for the Hornets.
And back in is Benoit, and he'll have his first duty in terms of guarding Baker. As McKinstry had his spell, Archambault down low Rivard, and he'll draw the foul on Gavin Combs.
Nice weak side cut by Rivard, being very patient, moving without the ball, strong cut.
And like Enosburg said, they thought they could take advantage down low. They definitely have the size advantage. And you look at it, the 2 bigs really for Hazen, Rivard and Mashad, both freshmen.
Right.
And then you have Carter Hill kind of at that pseudo in between as the next guy, and he's just a sophomore. And you're going against,
going against Williams, a 6'3" senior.
Right. Second free throw's good. He splits the pair. 20-14, 6-point lead for the Hornets. McKinstry blows by Sauls, gets inside, looks to dump to Williams. Pass a little bit low. McKinstry for 3, wide open, no good. Rebound Baker. Baker looks to push, up ahead, Shoplin, and he'll draw the foul. Lori, that was one of the few times Hazen with that nice, clean, quick defensive rebound, and they were able to push it and beat him down the floor.
Exactly. Last 2 times by Isaiah Baker. He makes me want to put my Converse on and get out there because his passing is on a dime.
And the Baker brothers, of course, their father, Mike Baker, one of the assistants for the varsity team, but also he took over as the JV coach for Hazen the same year Aaron moved up to varsity. So he has been the JV coach for Hazen for was his 21st season.
Wow.
And the JV boys went undefeated this year under Coach Baker. So the Baker brothers, Carter Hill, they've been in the gym and around this program for literally 15, 16, their entire lives.
Absolutely. Eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Goes to McKinstry. McKinstry drive.
Nice.
Beautiful layoff.
Oh!
Offensive foul. They'll wave it off. That one was real close, and I thought
That
he might have
one was
slid in
real
late.
close.
I thought that probably should have been a good bucket. That's one of those where I might just let it go and call
Absolutely,
nothing.
I'm with you on that, TJ.
Maybe a block, but
Yeah. Yeah,
Tough
I'm not
break.
sure about that one.
tough break for Gavin Combs. Or excuse me, Owen McKin. They put McKinstry on the board, and that was not McKinstry because he made
Yeah.
the pass to Combs. They're going to make sure, I think Coach Lovelet is telling him, hey, at the whistle, we need to make sure that that was right.
That's right. He is in Mr. Blanchard's right ear.
They worked around Shoplin. Of course, his older brother, Russell Shoplin, a player for the Wildcats on the championship team.
I do remember him.
Stephen Martin sends it over to Rivard. It's back up top. Congarelli
Nice
gives
take.
it off. Stephen Martin on the drive. And a quick reach-in foul, and Aaron Hill is not happy with the junior Pangarelli.
He is a little livid. Got a little bunny hop going out onto the court there.
You know, I found myself when I was coaching doing that, and I never knew where it came from until I just saw that.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it all just came full circle for you, didn't it?
Stephen Martin got the last bucket for the Wildcats. Dare I say that time, an easier drive than a trip to victory lane for Martin.
So McKinstry, this is his first trip to the charity stripe. Devin Gleason will be coming back in for the Hornets.
And they are talking with the officials. They're making sure that that previous foul went on Gavin Combs and not
That's right.
Owen McKinstry. And I know from experience, if you're Gavin McKinstry, or excuse me, if you're Owen McKinstry, that minute and a half of worry that they just gave me that foul.
Pulling back, yeah.
He's trying to get it in properly into the scoreboard. So for Enosburg, offense is slowed down a little bit here in the second quarter. I'd love to see them. They've almost went away from just the screen away, looking
screen
for
and roll,
post-ups. They're doing a lot of drive layoffs. I'd love to see him just pull it out and look to feed inside to Williams for a few drop steps, see what he can do.
Absolutely. Take advantage of that mismatch.
McKinstry hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
And they're a different team with Gleason out of the game, so good to see the freshman back in to quarterback the team.
Baker, stop, pop, from a few feet behind the line, gets run over on the box out. No whistle, out of bounds will be Enosburg basketball. Aggressive box out. They double team McKinstry on the inbounds. It goes to Gleason, who has struggled a little bit against that pressure. He is hounded by Baker. Goes to Benoit. Little screen and roll. Williams up top, shoots the three. Great box out that time by Shoplin, who cleans up the glass for the Wildcats. And I don't think that's where Coach Loveland wants Williams in that offense.
Hazen has no problem with Williams shooting that up from three-point land.
Another turnover for Hazen, though, and McKinstry makes them pay with a three.
And McKinstry almost passed that off and said, hey, might as well.
And we get a reach-in foul, and that's going to send Baker to the line for two. And Benoit's got to be a little careful. Looks like he pushed the official a little farther than he probably wanted to. He got that nice turnaround look that says, you better stop talking to me right now. I've gotten that a few times coaching. And Baker misses the free throw. Enosburg lead, though, back to 8 points here. It looks like they're going to try to get Isaiah Baker a few extra minutes of rest here before the half, as Carter Hill comes back in for Stephen Martin. Second free throw good. Jadon Baker comes in for Isaiah Baker. And for the Wildcats, you need Jadon Baker to be aggressive here in this last 3:54. McKinstry, full speed. A little bit of a push off there by McKinstry, gets away with it. Screen and roll, good for two. Nice bucket that time by Kelly. Carter Hill gets pushed out of bounds, no whistle. Sauls puts it up, no good.
Nice defense by Ethan Williams. Nice straight up D.
And then we get a bump called on Rivard.
Good job by the officials. They're going to bring Rivard and Williams back together to have a little talk.
Real surprised they called that tight bump on that side, and Carter Hill took a nice fall out of bounds, it looks like, on the push from behind that didn't get called. Ethan Williams was coming out, but he's going to shoot the free throws here. If you're Hazen, you have to make something happen in this 3.5 with Williams on the sideline.
Exactly. Once Williams steps off the floor, Hazen's really got to.
And unfortunately, they are mostly second unit right now. And we'll see what they can do. Williams hits the front end of the free throw. And the senior Williams, he's got some swagger to him.
He does. The crowd loves him.
You know, you look at the other side, obviously we mentioned Hazen with 3 freshmen playing in this game, sophomores, juniors, just 1 senior on the roster, and Stephen Martin, second free throw, no good. They don't have that necessarily that guy who sets the tone like Ethan Williams is for Enosburg. And nearly another turnover for Hazen. Hill kicks out to Mashad. And if you look at it, look where Enosburg's pushing Hazen out to catch the ball. They're catching the ball 2-3 feet behind the line.
Absolutely.
As
nice
Baker's
shot,
three, no good. Rebound for Williams.
All right, Williams got up for that. Nice rebound by the senior.
Sometimes you're in a good groove. You almost secretly like that you missed that second free throw when you know that sub's coming in. Like, I'll take another minute. Turn around there for Aiden Kelly. And a 30-second timeout from Aaron Hill and the Wildcats, as Enosburg is going to work on the inside on the Wildcats, and they are pushed their lead to 12. And it is getting dangerous territory for the Wildcats if they don't come up with something.
Absolutely, and Aiden Kelly, the recipient, the last 2 possessions for Enosburg on that pick and roll, and he is using that glass to perfection. Just softly high up off the glass. A lot of players will try to turn it and jam it low on that glass. Just nice soft extension, reach up, and using that top corner to perfection.
When I was talking to Coach Lovelet, he mentioned how it's interesting when you get to the Division III playoffs, because they were 2 previously.
Yep.
And they still play a heavy Division II schedule out of the Capital.
Yep.
He said when you get to those playoffs, they go from being mostly an undersized team throughout most of the season playing the Division II teams to all of a sudden now you're the big team.
That's right.
Baker with a nice drive draws the foul.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, nice take to the hole by the freshman Baker. And without Williams patrolling that paint and help D, a little easier to get to the rim and finish.
You know, talking earlier, they said this could be perhaps the worst matchup for Hazen with the size that Enosburg brings. But they thought, you know, maybe they can combat that if they can get out and run. But the problem is they're putting the ball through the basket. You can't run when you're taking it out of bounds.
That's right.
Baker hits them both. Isaiah Baker back into the game for the Wildcats. He said perhaps Hazen looking to take advantage of Williams on the sidelines. And at this point, I would expect we won't see too much Isaiah Baker on the bench, as the long three no good. Carter Hill didn't have a box out, and a little travel on the stutter step there.
Nice job on the boards again by the Enosburg Hornets. And Gavin,
while they're doing a great job rebounding, Hazen's not putting bodies on bodies.
No, exactly. That's a very good point.
Looking high post, nearly knocked away from Mashad. Sauls will pull it out. Goes to Mashad. Kicked out Jadon Baker. Jadon Baker drives, goes up. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Will stay with Hazen.
A nice defense by the Hornets. Taking away those backdoor cuts, no belly cuts happening. And a nice little diagonal cut by Hazen in that high post.
Goes out to Sauls. Sauls rip through, drive, lays it off to Mashad. Back out. Isaiah Baker, a little runner off glass, no good. Rebound knocked out, will stay with Hazen. And right now, it looks like a lot of gun shy for the Wildcats outside of Baker. And nearly thrown away. Jadon Baker on the outside. Over to Carter Hill. Hill drive, kick. Jadon Baker for three. Got it. Nice. Big shot for the freshman. And nothing will get some confidence going. Like a nice open shot, seeing it go through the net clean.
And he's looked a lot more confidence coming in for that second trip. Got the little Barriot jitters out of his system.
Little elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, Mashad. 50 seconds. 7-point lead. Jadon Baker, another drive and take. Got it for two.
Did I just say he looked a lot more confidence? He certainly is.
And Coach Lovett is not happy with his group, as the first real defensive breakdowns we've seen in this entire first half.
Yep.
You know, hats off to Baker for the open three and the open drive on the layup, but there's got to be some defense there for Enosburg.
That's right. Yep, you got to have that help defense rotating over. And again, Jadon Baker, just a freshman, but looking like he's been at the Barriot for 4 years. He has got 7 points, all coming here in the second quarter, to help Hazen in those peaks and valley there on top of the mountain right now.
And you said it, and he kind of has. You look at Jadon Baker, Carter Hill, as well as Isaiah Baker, all came up as kids, as water boys on the team, and sat on these benches at
this
the
is
auditorium.
home to them. He looks much more relaxed coming in this second quarter, and he is ready to take over and take some of the pressure off of his brother.
Stephen Martin back in, and close to a carry there, but turned
Baker.
over. Jadon Baker, the steal, will turn around. He draws the foul. No travel. Enosburg struggling still a little bit with that pressure when they can get it locked in. And really, it looks like Hazen's really tried to jump on the freshman Devin Gleason when he's got the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Nice pass by McKinstry to Kelly.
10 seconds, Jadon Baker. Gets to Isaiah Baker, 5 seconds. Calls for a screen. Little step back, long two, no good.
Looks good from our view.
A exciting first half controlled by the Enosburg Hornets. And it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments for both teams here going into half number 2. But we are currently going to step aside and take a break. You are watching the Division III semifinals right here on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Halftime here at the Barry Auditorium. Tom Corbett, Lori Shepard, and it is Enosburg in control over the Hazen Wildcats in this 1 versus 4 matchup, and it has been Enosburg taking advantage of their advantages in that first half. They knew they had a size advantage.
That's right.
They knew they could get work done inside, and they haven't gone away from it.
Exactly, and even when Ethan Williams took a seat on the bench, and Tom, you mentioned that's when Hazen had to make that run, Aiden Kelly just came in and did a nice job off of that pick and roll. And Coach Lovelet wanted them rebounding and taking care of the ball. Well, they got 50% of that done. They definitely have owned the boards here in the first half, out rebounding Hazen 12-7 on the turnover end of things. Enosburg with 8 and Hazen with 5. So Enosburg's got to do a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half. But you just said it, Tom. If Enosburg continues to break this press with their composure and patience and continues to work the ball down low, then they're going to continue to have their way. But this is our favorite time of the game, the halftime, the key adjustments. The chess match has been done. What adjustments have been made? Will Hazen, you mentioned going to a zone defense, will they? It would not be a bad thing on their part to collapse a little bit on the post.
In terms of, trying to clog it up and take your chances that your guards are quick enough to get out and contend the three-point line.
Which they are.
But you mentioned it, Enosburg taking care of the advantages. And the good thing for Enosburg is their advantage takes away Hazen's advantage.
That's right.
Hazen's advantage is running, pushing the pace, getting behind Enosburg, which they did a few times. But when you're going inside and you're making layups and offensive rebounds, you cannot run.
Exactly, and they have been all over the glass, and we don't expect to see Ethan Williams, unless he gets in foul trouble, sitting on the bench much here in the second half for Enosburg, and he is a key cog in the middle of that floor. And a nice balanced scoring here for Enosburg as well. You mentioned Hazen not really having an offensive weapon outside of Isaiah Baker, but his younger brother Jadon definitely stepping up and scoring 7 points, all of those in the second quarter, to go along with Isaiah Baker's 8 points that leads the Hazen Wildcats in the scoring column. But if you're Coach Lovelet, you've got to be happy with the scoring column because it's nice balanced scoring. You got Archambault with 3 points, and then he had to kick out of the game with 3 fouls. Owen McKinstry in foul trouble as well, but he's kicked in with 4, all coming in the second quarter. Leading the way is Shea Howergan with 6 points and Aiden Kelly with 8. And Aiden Kelly is one of those players that he's got good size. He comes in and does all the little things that doesn't necessarily jump off the stat sheet, but he has definitely been a glass eater along with Ethan Williams. So nice balanced scoring for Enosburg. I think the key for Enosburg is to stay out of foul trouble. But, Tom, as you and I both know, these first 3 minutes are key here for the Hazen Wildcats.
And they need to find another option outside of Isaiah Baker. And they're rolling out the starters here to start the second half. I thought we might see Jadon Baker to start this second half, but I'm sure we'll see him probably fairly quickly.
Absolutely.
But with this unit, someone else has to take some pressure off Isaiah Baker. When they're running the starting lineup in this first half, it got to the point where they're more or less just sending double teams to Baker because no one else is looking to shoot.
Exactly.
Enosburg going to get first possession here. McKinstry, after some early foul trouble, really solidified Enosburg against that pressure defense from the Wildcats. Benoit, driving kick. I'll be interested to see what Rivard, who goes for that steal, and not a smart decision. Williams misses the bunny though, and Hazen gets possession. Sauls with a carry. Just say, interested to see kind of Rivard has shown both trying to front Williams and play behind him. That time he got caught in the middle, which is the last place you want to be, especially with someone of Williams' skill. If you're going to front, the help needs to be there on that backside.
You got to trust your teammates to have your backside for sure. Oh, nice
like
trap.
Hazen sticking in a zone here, coming out. Dump inside, another easy lay-in. And Jadon Baker heads to the sidelines to check in here as Shoplin puts up a three, no good. And Williams another rebound.
Williams just cleaning the glass, but Hazen's got to be aware of Aiden Kelly because he has just been money here tonight for the Hornets.
See, right now, I think Hazen's actually got to be less aggressive defensively. They're trying to trap on the perimeter to cause those turnovers as Gleason gets the putback, and it's opening up for those dives, they're getting easy looks in the post.
And 2 offensive boards to go with that. You cannot give them the second shot opportunities.
11-point lead here for Enosburg, I believe the biggest of the game, as Carter Hill, a nice drive. I like the full court pressure, but after they get it over, I think you're going to have to stay home here.
That's exactly it, Tom.
Jadon Baker in, Shoplin heads out.
And we knew we'd see Jadon Baker pretty quickly here, as he has been the offensive strength opposite of his brother here in the first half to keep the Wildcats within striking distance.
Enosburg sending deep weak side. Back out. Enosburg will set it up. High post. Kelly kicks out. Knocked away by Carter Hill. Baker on the run and turns it over. And that a killer turnover. And if you're in that case, I think Coach Hill wants Baker to keep the ball and take it in yourself. And the turnover leads to 3 points the other way. And an offensive foul against Jadon Baker. So another turnover for the Wildcats.
And again, Aiden Kelly, I have said his name a lot on the offensive end, but what a great job of getting back in defensive transition and drawing the charge.
A full timeout by the Wildcats. We'll take it. We are in the third quarter of this Division III boys semifinal here on the NFHS Network.
Bumbling baggage blunders. You're heading home from vacation, and your souvenir-stuffed suitcase is dangerously close to excessive weight status. This looks like a job for Smile Power. Good thing you've got first-class dental insurance, backed nationally by over 65 years of molar defending experience.
Coming out to start the third quarter, we said first 3 minutes is always a big indicator. Enosburg came out ready to go, and Hazen 3 turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, those 3 turnovers are just going to sting bad by the Hornets.
I believe at least 2 out of 3 resulted in points, 1 a three-pointer.
And 1 3-pointer by the freshman Gleason. Yep, the Hornets outscoring the Wildcats 7-2 here in the early going of the third quarter.
And Hazen going to go small here. Stephen Martin going to play that big post position here. Trying to get a little more speed probably, but it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep Enosburg off the glass or out of the paint. Back to man-to-man. And a offensive foul on McKinstry as Baker gets there.
And that's the third on McKinstry, but what a good job.
That's why you don't leave your feet to pass.
That's right. He did a good job in that first half because he picked 2 up quickly and was able to steady the course.
Played the entire second quarter without picking up that foul. Sauls on the outside, nearly throws it away. Carter Hill comes up with it, drives, and misses an open layup. Great take there by Hill, but Benoit. Trap. Gets rid of it. And thrown away. That time it works, but once again, that outside trap almost led to that open look.
Absolutely.
The pass was just high for Williams. Baker, stop and pop three, no good. Sauls the rebound, gets tied up in the jump ball. Possession arrow for Hazen. For the Wildcats, you got to be thinking, we got to get it to about 7.
Exactly. I was just thinking the same thing. Down by 12, and we're almost halfway through the third quarter. Big possession here for the Wildcats.
Top Sauls.
Nice curl.
And thrown away once again by Derek Sauls. Knocked away by Baker, stolen. Baker ahead of the pack, goes up and draws a foul. And not a bad foul that time by Devin Gleason. Made sure he couldn't make the layup.
That's right. Good job by the freshman. Baker picking his pocket, though. Baker's pretty much had his way defending Gleason so far. So Isaiah Baker will step back to the line. He's got 8 points on the night. 7 of those came in the first quarter.
Check in for the first time for the Wildcats is sophomore Tyson Davison. Now, we always mention that lineage. Tyson Davison's mother played for the Hazen women in their runner-up championship, or their runner-up finish in 1999.
It's a good time for Hazen basketball. Girls.
And a steal and foul on Williams.
That will be the
Isaiah
third.
Baker, while he hasn't really been able to get into an offensive groove, has taken advantage on the defensive end. He's got a handful of steals in this one.
Absolutely, and when he's been on Gleason, he has taught him a thing or two.
Yes, 3 on Ethan Williams, 3 on Owen McKinstry.
And a 10-point lead by the Enosburg Hornets as we approach that halfway point. Plenty of time for the Wildcats.
Stephen Martin, drive and kick. Carter Hill, deep 2, in and out. Rebound Williams. Davison going to pressure McKinstry. And a foul going to go on Stephen Martin.
That's a tough one to take for Martin, but just a half a step behind on defense.
Now here's where Hazen's really got to be careful off these inbounds plays going so small. Kelly, drop step, left hand in for 2. No help on that weak side.
No help, exactly. Helps a little too far out, and that was a nice move by Kelly.
Carter Hill drive, no good. Rebound, secured once again by Williams. Takes it away from 2 Wildcats.
And takes a shot to the mouth as well.
And Williams drop step travel. No,
oh,
foul.
Push. And Archambault able to come back in, the sophomore for Enosburg. He had those 3 fouls in the first half, and he is a solid defender for the Hornets.
Rashad back in. Stephen Martin heads to the bench. No surprise, don't go maybe 2-3 zone off the inbounds here, as it's knocked free, but unable to take advantage. McKinstry off the double. Good roll,
nice
good follow
look
by Gleason. And once again, those outside traps are killing the Wildcats.
Absolutely.
Because Enosburg is finding and making the right pass every time.
I think this is going to go on Archambault, who just got in the game with his 3 fouls. And there's foul number 4.
And like we mentioned, they've called this game very tight.
Yes.
Not much has been able to get away with. I think if you're both coaches, you like when you can get a little bit of a hand check. Especially if you're an undersized team. Hill for 3.
Oh, nice
no
rebound.
Good. Mashad the follow.
There you go.
And Carter Hill, not a three-point shooter for the Wildcats, but sometimes a bad miss can lead to a easy follow. Davison picks up the pressure a little bit. Another trap. A bad pass, but somehow goes to Archambault. And we'll get a whistle and a foul going against the Wildcats and Mashad. That was the first time. Almost Enosburg just out of instinct when they're getting that trap. They're just assuming that roller's there and trusting.
That's a great point, and you're absolutely right. All night that has been there, and Hazen tightening up the defense just a little bit more here late in the third.
And that's got to be a steal, though, if you're the Wildcats.
That's right.
When it goes over, bounces in the paint, someone's got to be between ball and man. And a 5-second. (42-30), 12-point lead for the Hornets, who maintain control here. Baker, deep 3. And another bad foul there by Mashad, and that'll bring Rivard right back in. And if you're Enosburg, what a fantastic job defensively.
Oh, absolutely.
You have Isaiah Baker, who's around 1,100 points already as a junior, and you're forcing him. The only shots he's getting right now are 2 feet behind the three-point line.
I was just going to say a good 2 to 3 feet beyond that three-point arc. Absolutely.
Good trap in the corner and a travel.
Nice job keeping McKinstry there in that corner and having that baseline sideline act as the third and fourth defender.
So a unlucky travel there for McKinstry. Outside Baker, goes opposite screen, pulls up at the free throw line, in and out, rebound Williams. And once again, you're seeing that Wildcat offense just stagnate here in the quarter. McKinstry, down low Williams. You can't let him catch it that deep as he goes right to the rim.
That was way too easy for the senior
Williams. It at the hash mark, at that block. It's already too late. As Isaiah Baker, a sigh of relief you saw after he hit
Yes, you did. Absolutely.
But just like that, Enosburg gives Hazen a taste of their own running medicine and an easy lay-in there for Howrigan. And once again, Enosburg showing that double team as Baker puts up a quick 3.
Yeah, nice job hedging by the senior Williams for the Hornets that time. Nice defensive set for the Hornets.
Bobbled there by Howrigan, knocked loose by Stephen Martin. Ahead of the pack, lays it up and in for 2. Great play by the senior, who's had some big blue-collar minutes off the bench today.
That's right, yep, sure.
Howrigan flies into the paint, lays it up, no good. Rebound Rivard. 11-point lead here, 14 seconds. Shoplin up top, Jadon Baker, 8 seconds, gets in the paint all the way to the rim, got it in the foul. A generous continuation there.
Absolutely. But I'm sure the Wildcats will take that, and Jadon Baker, his first bucket of the second half.
And we mentioned get it to 7, and just like that with a 3-point play, gets it to 8. And Coach Lovelet can't be super excited because his team has really had an opportunity in this quarter to try to put this one out of reach, but they've let Hazen kind of hang around. Coach Lovelet checking out where his limits are with the officials. Baker misses the free throw. 3 seconds. And we get a late travel whistle there, but they say it was at the buzzer anyway. 46-37 is the score. We're headed to the fourth. Enosburg in control. You're watching the Division III semifinals here on the NFHS Network. Time. Ready for the start of the fourth quarter, and the Enosburg Hornets are in control here. And they're going to look to close this one out. Well, the Wildcats are going to have to try to make something happen here in the fourth. They spin it around. McKinstry open, long two, foot on the line, got it. Shoplin on the drive, wave it off, offensive foul.
And such great positioning by the Hornets. You got to get the torso in front, and you got to be set, and they are just doing a wonderful job. Pretty much textbook there.
Isaiah Baker back in after a solid 24-second breather. Carter Hill back in as well. And the Wildcats, you're trying to make a run. You give McKinstry a wide open shot to start the quarter. And a timeout here by Enosburg.
And that's a good timeout. Coach Lovelet thought that 10 seconds was going to expire there, and they'd just gotten it over, but a good timeout.
And it was a little tense on the back end there. After the whistle, Enosburg went for a layup anyway, and Isaiah Baker made sure it didn't go in anyway. And then big Ethan Williams took a walk over that direction just to make sure.
I tell you what, Tom, the rebounding again is key here for Enosburg, and I know that was a key coming into the game. That third quarter out rebounding the Wildcats 10-3. But again, Hazen winning the turnover battle, just 4 turnovers to Enosburg's 7 in the third quarter.
And it's tough sledding, I think, at this point if you're the Wildcats. And if you're Enosburg, you just have to continue what you're doing.
That's exactly it.
You don't have to do anything special. You don't want to slow down.
Right.
Because the more you slow down, it's going to benefit Hazen in terms of trying to create those turnovers. If they know you're not looking to score, they can dig in a little deeper.
And it takes them out of that rhythm. They've been doing such a good job in their half-court sets anyways, and having good patience. Just do your thing.
Isaiah Baker took a inadvertent hand to the face there. Kinstry kicks out. Over to Howergan. 2 threes in the first half. Benoit kicks out. And it does look like Enosburg slowing down a little bit. Keeping Williams out on the perimeter. This is our longest possession of the day for either team.
Yep, nice job. Oh, thought Rivard had that one.
I think he knocked it loose, but thought someone else was going to grab it, so didn't chase it. Hazen with the ball, trailing by 11. Baker drives, some contact, got the bucket.
Nice soft shooter's touch there, and gets the roll, or the bounce.
McKinstry. Coach Hill calling for more ball pressure. McKinstry, open shot, got it. Really lacking help defense for the Wildcats.
Exactly. Nobody in help, nobody closing out on the shooters.
Forced shot there for Baker. He wants a foul, but he's the one initiating really the contact. And Williams will draw a foul on Jadon Baker. I believe we're already in the 1-and-1 here for Enosburg.
So Williams will step to the line with 5 points on the evening, 1 for 2 from the line, but he has done so much more. He has been all over the glass and easily has to have at least double-digit rebounds so far.
Six minutes to go here. Enosburg looking to put this out of reach. And Williams makes the front end of the 1-and-1.
The big guy with a soft touch from the line.
Up top, Rivard. Back outside, Baker. Isaiah Baker will step back, no good. Rivard, the offensive rebound and put back for 2. Rivard goes down and a unforced turnover there.
That very much so.
That should have been a layup, but.
And Williams got a pretty good wingspan there, but even he could not corral that pass.
Still 11-point lead here for Enosburg. And Baker really trying to force the issue to get something going here in the fourth quarter, and he'll draw a foul.
That'll be the 4th on McKinstry.
I think they're going to give that to Benoit.
Oh, McKinstry's lucky on that one.
And the problem is, still to this point, you know, we mentioned Jadon Baker had that nice run as Isaiah hits the first free throw to end the second quarter. I don't think he is shot in the second quarter.
The second half?
Or the second half, excuse me.
Jadon Baker 1 basket in the third. Yep.
So while Isaiah's trying to push now and like, okay, I got to press, I got to try to create something, there's still no one else shooting in the Enosburg defense. It just allows them to collapse on him even more. Like,
Pack
okay, now you're pressing and no one else is looking to shoot. And you're seeing 3-4 green jerseys around him on these shots. Knocked loose, but ends up with Williams, who puts it in for 2.
It's going to sound like a broken record, but the bigs for Enosburg, they use that glass so well.
And Baker draws the foul on Benoit.
Yep, that'll be the 2nd on Benoit.
And that's about the 3rd time they've had a little boxing out altercation between the two. And
you're absolutely right. That was number 3, and he got the call this time.
The real issue is Benoit is making a good box out, but he's not letting Baker land. You have to let the shooter land before you make contact. And a big missed free throw for Baker. Shot back in for the Wildcats. Enosburg takes their time. 9-point lead. They get it over half court. Goes to Benoit. High post Kelly. And Enosburg pulls it right back out. Benoit looks down low. Beautiful cut by Kelly for 2. Belly cuts.
Yes.
Jadon Baker, deep 3, no good. Rebound Carter Hill. Good look inside. Hill catches it, goes up, got it for 2. Over half court, McKinstry, and we get a reach-in foul or a hand on the body.
The composure and the patience of the Hornets here from start to the point, the juncture that we are in the game, just using all of that, those 10 seconds to get the ball up the floor, looking at their cutters, looking up the sideline. They've used a diagonal pass extremely well tonight. Just solid composure against this Hazen press.
Martin and Sauls back in for Hazen. Free throw no good on the front end of that 1-1. Baker, stop,
Knew that was
pop.
coming.
Got it for 3.
Knew that was coming.
Just like that, the lead down to 6. Now, if you're Enosburg, I think you got to try to score here. You can't just take your time, as Enosburg takes the timeout. As we're getting close to that 10 seconds, a full timeout, we'll take it. Division III semifinals right here on the NFHS Network.
We not only have
Blasting business banter. Your top salesman is working from home while working to close a deal. But his Uncle Larry decided to stop by 2 weeks ago. This looks like a job for Smile Power. Good thing your employees have dental insurance backed nationally by over 65 years of motor defending experience. So their healthy deal closers are always ready to close. Unleash your Smile Power with Delta Dental.
Coming out of the timeout, Enosburg basketball. They lead by 6 after a deep 3 from Isaiah Baker. Now, Enosburg, for the majority of this game, has been in control. This is about as close a lead as it's been this entire second half.
Absolutely. Yep, and I kept using the word composure by the Hornets, and I might eat my words here, but TJ, it's like you and I both said, with 6 minutes to go, Enosburg slowed it down a little bit too much, took them out of what was working.
Another roll, Kelly wide open, the pass comes in late, and that'll be a reach-in foul on Sauls.
That was a dangerous pass as well from that high to low.
The initial passer should have made it off the roll, but instead gave it to Williams, and that Williams tried to make it.
Yeah.
It was almost a second late. And I think you have Kelly at 6'2". I think if he had someone guarding him closer, that was probably a steal. But you have, I think Stephen Martin was in there. Sauls, it's 5'8" and 5'9" maybe. Makes it easier to make up for those misses. Baker goes up, got it.
Nice offensive board by Isaiah Baker, and he kept his composure with the putback.
Benoit. Be interested to see how Enosburg responds here. A bucket would be huge for the Hornets. And a foul, and Aaron Hill is not happy. That is a bad foul by Derek Sauls. They had good pressure out there. I think he was getting close to a 5-second call.
Right,
and
exactly.
Just a sloppy, bad reach-in.
And Gleason's going to step to the line, 10 points on the evening, but first trip to the charity stripe.
Hits the first. A lot of self-inflicted wounds from Hazen in this game. And just Enosburg continuing to keep good composure. No good on the second rebound, Martin. McKinstry back on Baker. Step back, got room. Short on the jumper. A long rebound though, controlled by Hazen. That looked dead on from our view. Laid off to Hill, and that'll be a whistle and a foul on Enosburg. And Kelly slow to get up.
Lost his footing. Looked like he rolled an ankle as well.
I think he might have actually stepped on Williams' foot. I think it's going to be 1-1 here for Carter Hill. Hill had been able to get that up, he would have saw both free throws. That's one of those, you see him coming from the feet, you either plant and take it or say, this might hurt, but I'm going to jump.
And this will be the first trip to the line for Carter Hill. 6 points on the night. And Isaiah Baker just taking over here in the fourth quarter. 11 points in the fourth quarter.
I thought that was 1-1, but he misses the first. They must have said he was shooting.
In the act of
they
shooting,
announced it as 1-1 over the PA system. Well short on the second. Rebound Williams. McKinstry goes ahead. Drop down Kelly. Open for two. Beautiful press break by Enosburg. 7-point lead, 2 minutes to go.
Oh, nice
Carter Hill,
crossover.
open lane, goes up, missed the layup.
Nice crossover by Hill with explosion off that crossover.
And a foul on Hill. That a tough one. I think Hill might have been a little worried about Kelly coming in for that block.
So McKinstry steps to the line, 8 points on the evening, 1 for 3 from the foul line.
Talk about a nice response though from Enosburg.
Right, exactly.
Lead gets cut down to 4. Come back, you draw a couple fouls, you make a couple free throws, you get some defensive stops, and just like that, back to 8 points, under 2 minutes. Just a great job by this Enosburg team.
And along with that, Isaiah Baker heating up, 11 points in the quarter, 24 on the evening.
And they give up the offensive rebound. Rivard doesn't put the body on Williams. And then they foul. And couple free throws here might put this one about out of reach.
And the big guy, Ethan Williams, 8 points on the night, but 3 for 4 from the foul line.
Let me tell you, nothing is more frustrating to a coach than giving up an offensive rebound off a free throw.
Absolutely.
It is literally designed for you to box out.
I second that. That and the belly cuts all over the court. That gets me too. But you're right.
At least belly cuts. You could be getting distracted by something else. Maybe you're looking to help.
You're right.
You can
I'll
make
give you that.
excuses.
Little.
Free throws, there's
no
literally
excuse.
zero excuse for not boxing out.
Exactly. I'll let you win that case, Tom. Big guy can shoot foul shots.
10-point lead. Enosburg gets it done here late to extend. Martin on the drive and kick. Saul's inside, puts it up, no good. Rebound Kelly. And we get tied up, jump ball. I'm not sure what Enosburg's upset about.
Yeah, me either.
That looked like a pretty clean jump ball. Throwing up for Hill. Martin will put up a 3, got it.
Nice job by Martin.
And fortunately for Hazen, the net gets caught up. That stops play. That'll let him set up the full court press. What? for the most part, they've had their share of turnovers, but more often than not, Enosburg has done very well here, staying composed. And you can't give up sideline on that initial trap. And knocked away, and with a reach-in foul going on Baker.
Ooh. Late whistle. I think Coach Lovelet was really working the officials on that sideline.
And he's still not happy.
2 for 5, McKinstry so far. Big free throws right here.
I think Lovelet's still upset about the jump ball. And first free throw, no good for McKinstry. No good on the second. Long rebound controlled by Rivard. Isaiah Baker, full speed, gets in the paint, goes up. A lot of contact. Offensive foul. And Isaiah Baker has shown the frustration on those last 2 whistles. And you got to tip your hat to Enosburg, as they have done an absolutely outstanding job on him all day.
Ooh, and just like that, McKinstry turns it over with the travel.
Seven-point game here. Lobbed up, back to Baker. Quick shot, that one way off.
Yeah, that's
there.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, good job, Ethan Williams talking to the freshman, saying, hey, just pass it back.
That's right.
We got plenty of time to get it over half.
Yeah, we got you. It's been working all night. We got your back.
Little give and go. Rivard to the hoop, blocked by Williams. And a foul on the rebound.
And what a duo underneath Ethan Williams and Aiden Kelly. Solid, the senior duo underneath tonight.
Benoit to the line for 2. First one, no good.
And a 6 for 12 in the 4th quarter from the foul line for Enosburg. Certainly not putting it away from the charity stripe.
Gets the second. Stalls. Knocked loose, and will stay here with Hazen. And it came down to crunch time. Just not enough scores on the floor for Hazen.
Absolutely. They did put up a solid fight here in the second half. And Isaiah Baker, a very quiet 24 points, but he really heated up in this quarter.
Stephen Martin for 3 again, no good. And a foul going to go against Gleason. Grab the back of the jersey on the rebound. That'll send Sauls to the line.
And that'll drive Coach Lovelet a little crazy there. No need to foul, no need to stop the clock, no need to put him on the line. Saul's 2 points on the night, coming in the second quarter. First time to the foul line.
No good. Rebound out of bounds. Let's say Enosburg ball. Goes in. McKinstry rolls out of it. Looks like Hazen not going to foul. Coach Coach Hill not happy. He was calling for the foul on McKinstry.
Yep, exactly. Not on Gleason, but on McKinstry. And Gleason, 11 points on the night, 1 for 2.
That's the first. And the senior, Stephen Martin, going to head to the sidelines. Played a great game for the Wildcats off the bench.
He really did. 7 points on the night for the senior. And the lone senior on this Wildcat roster.
And the free throw's good. 10-point game. Baker pulls the deep three, no good. Coach Hill emptying out his bench here. No good. Owen Benway comes in. Sophomore Asha Gold in for Hazen as well. Williams heads to the bench to a big ovation.
Ethan Williams with 11 points and easily double-digit rebounds to go with it. Checking out Devin Gleason, 13 points on the night. And leading the way for the Hornets in the scoring column after this free throw is Aiden Kelly with 17 points on the night. Just a solid effort and a great game plan by the Hornets from start to finish. But Tom, you look at this roster for the Hazen Wildcats. Very impressive. Lincoln Michaud and Tyler Rivard. They are going to have some solid post players coming back next year as well as the Baker brothers.
And the Enosburg Hornets are headed to the Division III state championship game. They win this one 66-55. A great performance and really just got out in front, maintained, did what they had to do to get the win. Well deserved by the Hornets.
Absolutely, Tom. Hazen cutting it to 4, but the Hornets doing what they've did from tip-off to the finish, and that was keeping their composure, using up every 10-second count to get that ball over half court. Solid inside-out game, and glass eaters, huge difference. Coach Lovelett said we had to win the rebounding battle and take care of the ball. Well, they certainly won the rebounding battle and kept their composure for 32 minutes.
That'll wrap things up for us here as we step aside. The Enosburg Hornets headed to the Division III state championship game. For Lori Shepard, I'm Tom Corbett. You've been watching this NFHS presentation.